Hello everyone, welcome to our practice. My name is Francine and I'm happy to be your guide. We'll be focusing mostly on the hips today, but we will start with a little bit of cat-cow. As far as props, I suggest you have a cushion because we will be lying down, so sometimes it can be more comfortable for the back of the head. And the other props that I highly recommend is to have a couple of blocks if you have them, and if you don't, not to worry, everything is doable without them. So we're going to start with a little bit of cat-cow. So we're going to inhale in any seated position you like. That's a slight arch in the back. We're going to exhale, round. Now we're going to add arms. Inhale, exhale. To the sides now for inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We'll do one more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Hands come to heart, we take a breath. And from here, let's make our way to our backs. So you'll notice again that I do have the cushion for the back of the head. That's just an option. And let's bring our knees to our chest. So right now we are in what we call hip flexion. Let's do a little bit of circle with the knees, imagining that the knees are pencils, and we're drawing circles on the ceiling, and then other way. And then we're just going to put the knees above the hip bones, place our hands on our thighs. I'm often asked, how can I find the hip flexors? So let's press hands into thighs, thighs into hands, so you can likely feel them right there. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Interlacing our hands behind the left knee, extending the right leg down onto the mat, so that heel is just gently touching, and we have a slight flex in the right ankle. So now we're getting a little bit of opening here, and a little bit of flexion on the other side. Now we want to strengthen those hip flexors. So can we just lift the right foot and hover it gently above? And then we're going to switch. First, that left heel will be down, touching the earth. Slight flex. And then we just gently lift so that it hovers off the floor, that left heel. And then let's just begin to alternate. We're going to keep that leg hovering rather than letting it touch. So we need that core engaged, lower ribs are going inward towards each other. So rather than let those ribs flare. So here we are, hip extension and flexion. We'll make this our last one, and we'll meet right here. We're going to do again that extension of one leg, but we're going to take a hand in whichever knee is near us. We're going to press into it. So let's extend the right leg. Press left hand into left thigh, and then switch. Oh my, is my core talking already? And I haven't even done 4 of them. Let's make this our last set. Knees to chest, we rock side to side, up and down, and let's make our way to seated. So we find ourselves here in seated and just noticing how we're feeling with the flexion here. One more breath. If the legs are crossed, we will uncross them, return to our backs so that we can do more hip extension. So our arms are by our sides. I like palms up to have external rotation. And then we're going to inhale, squeezing our glutes. So notice the hip flexors here, extending, and then down, a little bit of flexion. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Can we hold? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly make our way down, roll to one side. And so I had you sit just to see how it was feeling, because we were going into that really lovely extension that we get into when we have our bridge. Grabbing our blocks. Now, if we don't have any, that's okay. An important thing, because we will be making our way to down dog, if we're going to be doing down dog with our hands on blocks, it's important that we have a sticky mat, an actual yoga mat versus just an exercise mat. Now, if we have an exercise mat, this is okay, but I'll invite you to remove the blocks. So we want to take the heel of the hand just to the edge. We're going to curl our toes under. We inhale, and on the exhale, here comes that downward facing dog. We can bend one knee and then the other. So definitely in hip flexion here. And then we'll start to take the feet away, and with our hands on blocks, finding plank, hip extension. We're going to lightly lift the right leg. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose. We have 2 more. That foot comes down, other foot we extend, knee to nose. Last one. Coming down to the knees, keeping our hands on our blocks if we're using them, toes together, knees apart, wide-legged child's pose with hands on blocks. We begin to come up, bringing our hands to our hearts. We come to the breath.